Robin.
Opie and Anthony, back live after a short little break.
I got a mouthful of Pop-Tart.
I see that.
It's delicious.
Got Dr. J coming in a moment, Ant. And I'm
I'm
reading
going to ask him. My elbow hurts.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask him what I should do for it.
I don't get it.
He's a doctor.
Oh.
Right?
Oh. Right.
Isn't he?
Oh. I should have got that. I'm sorry.
How does he...
I'm reading the one sheet.
That?
I'm trying to get all my info together for the big interview.
Oh.
Maybe we should have done this last night there, Opster.
Maybe.
Opster. But what I'm learning it, and I don't know if he wants to talk about this, though. What? Dr. J reportedly recently auctioned off... Is he here?
I don't know.
Auctioned off
right.
his 1974 and 1983 championship rings after being sued by the bank for an unpaid loan.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck, I didn't know this was going on.
Look how much.
He, however, has said that the lawsuit and the auction are completely unrelated.
Okay.
Is he going to get into this? This is a story.
Yeah, why not?
He writes, it says the 86 ring went for about $200,000. While the 1974 ABA New York Nets championship ring fetched $460,000.
You know who was up late on the it was one of the owners of the team. I think the guy who owns the 76ers was bidding on this stuff.
Oh, really?
To help out Dr. J or
I don't know.
Or to get it for himself?
Just to get it.
He said he wanted to keep the memorabilia in Philadelphia. I just called it that.
I call it Philadelphia.
Oh, all right.
Oh, they do say that as well, yes. Fucking Eagles got their ass kicked, huh? Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Dr. J has had a hell of a life so far.
How old is the doctor?
Retired at 37. I think he made it into... What year did Dr. J retire?
I'm going to guess he's 60.
I think he's
Gonna guess
older than
60?
Maybe.
He's older than 60?
That's why I said I'm going to guess and not fact.
So he wasn't raking in that fucking money that they are now.
You were so close. 61.
61 years old.
He'll be 62 in February, though.
February. How tall a man is he?
4'8".
I'm going to guess. Let me guess.
Oh, both wrong.
6'5".
Oh, Jim, you're just...
You're 6'6"?
You're one off Jim today.
Yeah.
It's 6'6".
Okay.
One off Jim sucks.
I like one off Jim.
Well, you said 4'8", which couldn't have been more wrong.
I thought it was close.
It wasn't.
I knew he could jump.
We'll be able to see him coming down the hall, right? Because that's like, it'll be like, oh, there's a tall guy.
6'6" guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, like I wouldn't mistake Travis and go, oh, I thought it was Dr. J walking down the hall.
Why does Travis?
Unless it's Dr. Jerkoff, then you think it might be him.
Travis, what do you got on the
Dr.
discussion?
J.
Well, we were talking
Dr. Gay.
What?
I'm the doctor.
Dr. J. Yeah. I'm a nurse too. Hi.
It's me, Travis, Dr. Gay.
Yeah. Let me check back there. Let me check back there with my you-know-what.
Ooh, I don't have female patients. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. You're Dr. Gay.
Very yucky.
I check butts with my fingers. And I smell them to see if you're sick.
Is that Dr. J?
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
He's
well,
very
it has
tall.
to be.
What do you got, Travis?
Nothing. I was just going to say that he unfortunately, was in the NBA before big contracts. Like his last year, he only made $1.4 million.
No.
Yeah, that was his last year. So
1%er.
You know how fucking huge he was?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was the Jordan of his time.
Why are we not bringing him down? Why
all
is he
that he's probably signing his release. And
Okay.
stuff.
He was the
all
Jordan of
athletes,
his
though.
time. When did did you see this hockey fight? Travis did.
No, this is a great hockey fight.
We'll try to talk about this. Two old CFL guys. I guess they had an incident on the field 48 years ago.
Are you kidding me? And they really went at it.
Yes. Wow. The guy threw his cane. He could barely walk. And the other guy tried to offer a peace offering, a little white flower, saying, let's get over this. And they fucking beat the shit out of each other. They're punching in the face.
That's how great is that?
They're old men. They're probably both pushing 80. And they're beating the shit out of each other at some kind of banquet for the CFL. We'll try to get into that after Dr. J is making his way down the hall.
What are you doing with Dr. J's headphones on?
But yeah, what are you doing?
You're
not a doctor?
Well.
Come there.
He's tall.
Exactly.
Being tall must
Why
be
don't you
weird.
sit in his seat?
It must be so odd to be that tall.
Oh, fuck. He's a legend.
Yes, he is.
Damn, he's a legend. This is a...
Who are the bitches with him?
Fuck, man. Jesus.
I thought you'd be here with a couple of your bitches.
Dr. fucking J entering the studio.
I know when to shush.
Yes, I know.
Travis was shushing me. Hi. There he
Hello,
is.
morning, Dr. J. Julius.
Sir,
Hello,
take
sir.
a seat.
How are you?
How you doing?
How are you,
are
man? Good.
Right. It's American tradition, shaking hands.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
That's the lovely Sam Roberts.
Now, are you a shake hand guy, or you like the culture of
All right.
the culture of hugging? Do you think is a little weird, or are you more of a handshake guy?
Hugging is all right.
Oh, okay.
Man, you know,
You know what?
that's the Sammy Davis Jr.
You know,
Yes.
I got to hug you because it's the last time I'll see you.
I just got
Especially when
really,
you're on the back nine, right?
I just got really mad
Why?
because we just learned your last year in the NBA, you only made a little over $1 million. You were the Michael Jordan of your
I
time.
made like about $1.4 million, $1.6 million, somewhere in there.
A lot of money, no matter how you look at it. But
that was-
knowing what
that
they're
was a lot of
making
money
now,
to me.
right?
Oh, yeah, at
That
the time. That
When did the
must
big-
have been
I need to
nice.
Put this on?
Yeah.
All right.
When did the big contracts hit then? The over the top.
Early
A
90s.
few years after you.
Yeah, I got out in 87.
Oh my
And
god!
maybe like the early 90s. And then the jump was probably from, the mid twos to 4, 6. And then it just kind of escalated from there.
Did it hurt to see that?
No, I always thought about Oscar Robertson and Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell and, the guys who fought to try and get to 100,000 a year. Wow.
Do they have that day job?
That was, now that might have hurt.
Yeah.
But a 6-figure contract. I mean, I made 6 figures at least throughout my whole career,
Right.
And 7 figures the last couple of years.
That was it.
But that was it. Yeah.
We're looking at one of the greatest players ever. Ever.
Did you get annoyed?
It's
all
only
the-
money, man. It's only
Ah, come on.
It's quality of life these days.
Yes.
It is.
It's Black Monday right now. You guys want to talk about money on Black Monday?
What is it? Cyber Monday today?
I don't know.
Monday.
Today's
One of those-
Cyber
yeah.
Monday. It was
One of
Black
those things where you're supposed
Friday,
to spend a lot of money.
Small
Right.
Business Saturday. What was yesterday? We took a break from all that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Glad.
That was travel day for me.
Travel day?
I flew in from Atlanta.
You play a lot of golf, right?
Yeah, I played too much last week. I went straight downhill, man. That last day, I was like fuming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Coming
yeah.
off the course, my nemesis had beaten me like a drum. And then I threatened not to even bring my clubs on this trip. But I bought them anyway.
Yeah. What kind of handicap?
I probably play at 12.
That means he's an 8.
Yeah.
He's an 8.
No, it actually means I'm a 15. Because you never play to your handicap.
Right, right.
When you do, that's when you're really playing well.
Right.
So 12, but I can't hold it. So.
Usually buffer the handicap so you can make a few bucks on the course, though.
Not,
He's an 8. He's an 8. I can see it in
Not
his
my
eyes.
not my last round.
No.
I made nothing.
No.
It's a good thing we have a cap. See, we have a $100 cap. So no matter how bad you're getting beaten, you can't lose more than $100.
No, yeah.
So I was out of 105 on the front side. That's how bad he was beating me. And I'm putting it on blast just so I can negotiate some strokes next time.
That's nothing to do with the money either,
So,
Nah,
it's bragging
When you're
rights.
just
It's bragging rights.
and then when you're just sucking, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
What are you gonna
Shit,
do?
You got to go in the bullpen.
Right.
You got to switch over to baseball. You got to have something in the bullpen to go to. And I didn't even have anything in the bullpen. It was a sad day, but I'm cool. I'm glad to see you guys.
Good
How
to
you
see
been?
you.
I don't
Really
play
good.
a lot of athletics.
Okay. Okay.
Jimmy.
Just chime in on that one.
I'll tell you what he was doing. He was hoping that you would notice him as an athlete, and there would be some kind of
Oh,
surprise,
yeah,
like,
that's,
really?
yeah.
With a body like that, you don't play sports?
You know, my physique. I've been working on it. I do the elliptical.
I'm sizing you up for soccer, though.
Yeah, you'd be good at soccer.
That's probably because he thinks my face would be perfect to bounce a ball off.
No, you got the sweatshirt on.
That's a good start.
Los Angeles on there.
Yeah.
1888. That was a long time
Yeah.
ago when you played, but
You know, it was embarrassing that somebody spotted this and went, "You got that in the airport, didn't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did." This was I was going to be called on my flight.
trying to run away from the TMZ guy, right?
Yeah. Perfect day for you to be in here. The NBA figured out their differences. What was that about? I don't really
It was
understand.
about dinero and about stubbornness, and it was about a little bit of desperation. I mean, I think the percentage of the gross concept totally broke down in this economic climate, and the owner's inability to make money or break even or even come close was compromised with the agreement that was made by both sides. So it was ironed up until it expired, and then there was a hard position taken. That the league cannot survive going forward in this.
A lot of teams claim that they were in big time trouble, right?
They were. They
Financially.
are. They still are.
They still are.
Yeah. I think there's probably going to be some change of ownership across the board in the next 3 to 6 years.
And the owners were able to knock down the players' percentage a bit, right?
I think it was negotiated
Right.
out and more to a 50-50 scenario. That's just what I'm hearing.
Right.
Which still means, you get 50% of the revenue, but you still have to pay all the expenses if you're on the management side. And that's always going to be there. So managing your expenses becomes critical, and running a tight ship is the modus operandi, unless you got Amway money.
So this wasn't the owners just being greedy? Because I felt like, the owners just don't want to give the player. This is that case where they actually had a legitimate point.
As a former player, it's probably blasphemous for me to say this, but I think they definitely had a point. And in terms of both sides, if a few $1 billion have been compromised in this process, then it's a lose-lose scenario overall. But I think the feeling was the league cannot continue to operate and be viable with the present agreement being matched. So if things stayed the same, it was going to be dramatically different.
Are games really not sold out though? Like, I guess the ones I've seen are just always seem like it's full. But maybe are they playing half full games?
Yeah. Across the board, I think there's a lot of arenas that are only
Attendance
half
was
full.
down.
Oh, okay.
That are only half full. And you have now, bigger, beautiful arenas. So you got 22,000 seat arenas everywhere. And if the number is 11, 12. With 22, and you don't necessarily see it on TV, and then when you watch the playoffs, it's exciting because people come out and you get the walk-up crowd, so you get another 5,000-6,000 people. But there are a lot of games that are on Tuesdays and Thursdays or whatever.
But it's also the
half full.
cost. It's tough to pay for some of these tickets. You don't want to comment about that.
I haven't bought a ticket in a while.
Yeah.
How close are you to the game?
I go to some Hawks games. I didn't have to buy any tickets. I go to some Sixer games. I didn't have to buy any tickets. So
That's how you know the league is in
I kind
trouble.
of stay on the sideline.
Imagine being the guy that tells Dr. J, "Look, you don't have a ticket."
Like, look, we'd love you to come, but the VIP parking, we just can't do it.
Take away his VIP parking. Yeah.
It's like a dagger in the back, right? No, some of the good news this summer when the Sixers changed hands and Comcast and Ed Snyder sold the Sixers to Josh Harris and his group, including Will Smith. The first thing they did was slash the ticket prices. They said, look, we got 11,000 people in 22,000 seat arena. We got to get more people in here. And the ticket price was the first thing that was addressed. So, being somewhat of an insider there, when I heard that, I said, that's great. That's smart.
Good news.
That's wisdom right there. And that's a good first step.
Right.
Get more people to come and then improve the basketball team.
Yeah, start there.
Let's get the basketball team. And the team was a playoff team last year. Got a lot of promise, great young talent, great coach.
You still keep tabs on the whole league and everything that's going on?
It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard. I'm 61, and I can't remember what I ate for breakfast. I just had breakfast like 25 minutes ago. It was continental. I can't remember that, but
You don't look 61. You don't look 61, by the way. You're doing something right.
Take
still.
that as a compliment.
You really don't, man. No, whatever that's supposed to look like, I don't know. Oh, you look young. You look younger than 61.
I feel good.
know.
61 is the new 41 in
Yeah.
some circles, right?
What do you think of LeBron James? Do you think he has the heart of a champion?
LeBron is awesome. When you say the heart of a champion,
Well, he kind of, like you had, like Jordan had, like Bird and Magic Johnson. It seems like he's missing something. He's got all the skills in the world, but he seems to kind of choked a little bit in the playoffs.
Well, he's missing the validation of his greatness. And, that'll come in time. I mean, I don't think there's anybody who doubts LeBron's going to be a champion and maybe a multiple champion before his career is over. But 7 years in, 8 years in, it hasn't happened. Been to the finals a couple of times. It's very frustrating. But when you really look at what he did in Cleveland with a high school resume, taking that franchise to the finals and, putting the team on his back every year and just making them a contender. And you see where they are now without him. Mm-hmm. So, I look at that, and I don't really like to evaluate and compare guys to all-time greats until they get 10 years in.
Right.
So if after 10 years, there's still that void, still not the end of the world. I mean, Charles Barkley didn't get a ring. Karl Malone didn't get a ring.
Right.
John Stockton didn't get a ring.
Patrick Ewing.
The list goes. Patrick Ewing didn't get a ring. So the whole ring, that's my droid, actually.
Oh,
that little noise. This is promotion and advertising. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
That's fine.
Turn it down in a second.
We don't care.
It's probably LeBron calling. He's
saying, you better.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot. Just don't throw me under the bus. I think he's an amazing talent, and with his heart, there's as good as he is. He's still 26. Mm-hmm. I think I hit my peak at 26. And then maintained it for 5 or 6 years to 32. And I was MVP in the league in 32 and champion 33. So that window for him, and if he hits it right now and sustains that, if he stays where he's at for the next 5 or 6 years, no telling what he can do.
Sure.
But every summer you need to add a piece to your game.
Right.
So what got exposed with Dallas was probably the lack of a mid-range game, lack of, posting guys up. I mean, LeBron taking Jason Kidd in the low post, and, he should have his way.
Mm-hmm.
Jason's a tough guy down there. He's not going to back off, but he should be calling for help.
Right, right.
So there's a way to simplify the game too. I'd rather see post-ups with Jason Kidd than fall-away jumpers off balance, and that's judgment when you're on the court. So I don't know if that's hard or if that's really training, conditioning, understanding what it takes to win, and then, playing the percentages.
Right.
And Dallas did an amazing job last year of playing the percentages. They kept the ball in the hands of Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Terry. They said, those guys, these are our scorers, these are our percentage guys. I don't care if they miss 11 in a row, they should take the next shot.
Right.
And probably there was, you got to look at the sidelines. Maybe Miami got a little out-coached too.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice as a player, like when you're playing the game and it's what you do and you're considered one of the greatest who ever played, do you notice as time goes on, like, wow, man, I think it declined a little bit? Like, is there a point where you get to where you're like, I'm not at my peak, or is it really hard for an athlete to see that?
It's hard to accept it, but Connie Hawkins said it best. He said they got to lower the rim or raise the floor because the hawk can't soar no more. And I know exactly what that felt like when I started to play and I got in the air and I used to be able to get to the rim and dunk it, and now you get to the rim and flip it. Like the dunk turned into a flip. So that you got to make a concession at some point in time, and
people
time doesn't respect anybody.
People always talk about your dunks, but you had some good flips too, though. Man. you did all right.
Fortunately,
with the
I
flips.
could flip, but if you're a guy who could only dunk and can't flip,
right,
then you're really in trouble. It's like an embarrassing moment.
Right. Hey, who would be your top 5 of all time? I'm sure you've been asked this a lot, and it's probably a hack question, but.
Yeah, a little bit it is. But I
it's tough to compare the ages, right?
always create controversy when I say it, because I established my 5 when I was probably 13 or 14.
Wow.
And it was like, those are my guys. So
which means Wilt, Bill Russell.
Change. Wilt, Bill Russell, Elgin Baylor, Oscar Robertson, Jerry West.
Damn.
That's my 5.
Wow, really? No Jordan, no
Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, what about...
Did you like Abdul-Jabbar, or did you just kind of get annoyed the fact that he was just kind of flipping it because he was 7'2"?
Tremendous respect for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That's an old school top
and
five.
tremendously annoyed by him.
Yeah.
I mean, I think certainly in terms of my personal recognition, although I'm not lacking any personal recognition, our eras overlapped. So, you know, I was somewhat in his shadow, like great players like Clyde Drexler and others were in Michael's shadow.
Right.
But, you know, he was the guy. He was the main guy, and he cast a giant shadow.
Right.
No pun intended.
Right.
So,
My two favorite growing up was Dr. J and Pete Maravich.
really?
Loved Pete Maravich.
Really? Well, you got to find the missing tapes then.
What do you mean the missing tapes?
He and I did a show in New Orleans in the Superdome, and it was just the two of us in there with Dick Cavett,
Oh, wow.
and
Good old Dick.
and we put on a basketball demonstration. You know, we played some 1-on-1, and Pete showed some trick shots. I showed some dunk shots, and you know, when Dick had the late night show.
Yeah.
You guys can remember that, right?
Yeah, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Of course, you were 13, 14 at the time.
Oh, there you go.
But that was it. I've been looking for it, man. I can't find
Can't
it.
find 'em.
You know,
We could probably
it's
find
kind of
it
a
for you.
half-hearted search, but
Yeah.
But I just remember that, and it was kind of special because we were going to play the next night in the Superdome in front of the largest crowd to ever witness an NBA game. And it was the New Orleans Jazz versus the Philadelphia 76ers.
Wow.
So it was my first year in Philadelphia. And Pete was still there in New Orleans, and the night before we did the show.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we played the game the next night, and it was maybe like 38,000.
Wow.
You know, which has been surpassed, but that was pretty big during
Sure, that's a lot of people.
back in
yeah.
the day, maybe like 1976, 77.
Then it turns out Pete Maravich was living his whole life with a piece of his heart missing. That's how he died.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You don't mean that metaphorically, do you, over a relationship?
No,
Yeah, a piece of his
I don't know exactly what it was, but he
Yeah.
was missing something.
Yeah, he had a heart attack after working out. He was only 40.
I know. Wow.
He's only 40.
Jeez.
Just retired a couple of years in.
Yeah,
That was it, man.
It was sad.
A
It was
pickup
sad.
game.
But I've had some contact with his wife and his sons, and you know, they come to All-Star Weekend and been different things from time to time. And you know, and actually, when I decided to move my memorabilia, and they had done that with Pete's, and Bob Cousy had done it, and there were different places that had made those moves, and in terms of vetting different auction houses, trying to find the right place to do the top-notch job, the classiest job, get the most for it, and so on and so forth. You know, Pete's estate came up, and you brought back some good memories. We were actually teammates for a quick minute. You know, we were teammates with the Atlanta Hawks. Wow! For a training camp and 2 exhibition games. And
I should know this. I don't
what a
remember
great experience it was,
Yeah.
because I was trying to leave Virginia from the ABA and go to Atlanta. And I actually signed a contract with the Atlanta Hawks. And at the time, they had Walt Bellamy, who's a Hall of Famer. They had Lou Hudson, who's a Hall of Famer. Pete Maravich, who's a Hall of Famer. And I joined that team, went to training camp. Cotton Fitzsimmons was the coach. We went through a complete training camp, played 2 exhibition games. Whoever we played, we ran them off the court. And the NBA stepped in and said that I was an illegal player for Atlanta because Atlanta didn't draft me. And Milwaukee had drafted me in the NBA. And if I played in the NBA, I had to go to Milwaukee. So
The NBA
Not-
is stupid. Know how many
not-
people would have loved to see you and Pete Maravich on the same court? So you,
you know,
went back.
so I went back to Virginia.
you went back to
Virginia
the Squires. It was
for a
Virginia Squires,
for a
right?
second year. Went back. This was after my rookie year. Went back to Virginia for a second year, and then I was traded to New York, and the move was made to keep me in the league because they knew after 2 years in Virginia I was going to move on because Atlanta was still fighting and trying to get me, and it was either going to be Atlanta or Milwaukee. So to appease me and my agent, I got my contract was sold to the Nets. And, you know, and then that was a different story. The 3 years with the Nets were great. We won 2 championships in the ABA. Atlanta became a distant memory, and Milwaukee never happened.
Right. And you contacted his and the family kind of helped you with the estate when you had to do the auction, so you kind of at least knew that they were people whose judgment you could kind of trust.
Yeah, they were in the mix in terms of giving some advice, and and I pretty much I read what had transpired there,
right,
and that helped me to make more of an informed decision.
What was the hardest piece to let go? I know it's all probably very difficult because it's all got an emotional attachment, but of all of them, which was the one you were like, oh God, I hate to see that?
I probably, I didn't auction off my Hall of Fame ring, and I'm going to keep that in the family.
Right.
And the 50 greatest players is in the auction, but it wasn't featured in the first auction, the first leg. So that's still
just thinking you have to do
that's still
this.
mine. And then my 83 ring, that probably was the one that I had worn the most, but I'd stopped wearing it, and suddenly I looked at all the stuff and said, everything here is pretty much in storage and put away. So there's a better place for it than there.
Right.
Because in terms of the accomplishments, it doesn't take away from the accomplishments. You still did what you did, and people remember it as they want to remember it. So, it was never my calling card, and it was well thought through. I mean, it was planned for over a year before we executed it in October and November. And I'm pretty pleased.
You were surprised,
very pleased
at
with
some
the
of the
results. I
yeah.
mean, there's it was an outpouring.
Oh yeah,
there was a huge response in terms of the collectors out there, and so even now it's a driving force in terms of what I doing with my brand. It's an acknowledgement that I still have a brand.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Everybody can't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you also got a Xbox game you're going to be featured in?
Yeah.
NBA 2K12.
2K 2012. I'm one of the big players in there.
Yeah, you got what? Magic, Larry, Michael Jordan, and Dr. J.
Exactly.
Gamers can select 100. You play horse? That's all I would do. Yeah. I have no idea. I'd be like, what? Horse, I know how to play that.
Everybody knows you play 5-on-5, right? But now you got 3-on-3, 1-on-1. You got a horse game. You got the legends playing the current players, so you can mix and match. And then you got various stages that you can get to, which would release certain features.
Right.
And if those features get released, then it's a more meaningful experience. Now, I'm not a gamer,
right?
But I'm somewhat knowledgeable in terms of what goes on because I have young children.
Yeah.
So we have one teenager in the house, and then 2 pre-teenagers in the house.
Did you see the character? Does it look like you?
It does. He's probably a little thicker.
Yeah.
He's a little thicker than I was back then, but he's probably as thick as I am now.
When the legends play the current players, did the legends have their short shorts on?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know how you kept
You got the short shorts and you got the high socks.
I don't know how you guys kept it all in those shorts. I don't know what the hell that was about.
We used to wear jock straps.
The shorts came all over.
Now it's like you wear the spandex and probably don't have to wear a jock strap.
No.
You got spandex and you got the long shorts and probably
really
some shorts underneath. Like MJ used to always wear his North Carolina shorts underneath because he was superstitious. But we had, we were weaned on wearing jock straps.
Can I say how great?
That's why they called them jocks.
Opie just asked Dr. J, why didn't your penis fall out?
Well, that's a compliment, right? That's assuming that he has a big one.
He actually said it was hard to keep it in.
Yeah.
That
was it.
The greatest question.
You got to do a lot of paraphrasing around here, right?
Yeah.
I like to think one of my favorite basketball players of all time is, fucking Hung.
Yeah, you always want to think of your heroes as packing. Fair enough.
All right.
Unless you're a Kurt Rambis fan.
We never understood the short shorts, though, and when you see those old clips, it makes me howl, man. They changed the whole look.
Michael Cooper was the last guy I could remember wearing the high socks.
Yeah, the high
from the
socks.
Lakers. I can't remember anybody doing it. That was a little bit before I watched.
Yeah. Yeah, Coop
And
had
James
nice
Worthy I liked a lot too, because he and I have certain, behavioral things with the ladies that are very similar. So I always kind of like James Worthy.
Any of the kids have skills?
Huh?
Any of your children?
Yeah. Well, I have a daughter who's a tennis player. I have a son who, he boxes as a hobby, but he did have one professional fight.
Wow.
And he was kind of encouraged to get in the ring professionally by his son. And he took on the challenge, and he trained, and he had one fight, which was a first round KO of his opponent.
Oh, good. I was going to say, wow.
Yeah.
And now my 13-year-old and my 10-year-old, they've gone crazy about basketball.
They are.
Yeah. So the 13-year-old looks like he's got the skill set to be a pretty good player. And the 10-year-old really tries hard, and he tries to imitate Derrick Rose, which is really hard for anybody to do, much less a 10-year-old. But that's his man, so I don't know how it happened.
Do they realize
we shall see how this plays out.
Do they realize how great you were?
Yeah, do they realize that you are who you are, or are you just dad, like, all right, Dad, I got it?
Dad, I'm going to watch LeBron. Shut up. That would drive me nuts.
They came around this year, but the previous years it was not a whole lot happening, and we weren't pushing it, and I was done. I mean, I've been done for 27 years on the court, so so they got the YouTube stuff and this video, and now obviously with 2K12, there's action, and they can see me and what I used to do, but it's not the calling card. I mean, I don't have a house full of things, reminders, we move on. Yeah, right.
Did you do that on purpose? Because it's kind of hard to see it when you
somewhat, and then combined with the fact that my wife is from Honduras, so she didn't grow up with basketball. It was more like soccer, like your sport.
Yeah,
right.
It was more like soccer, and the house is bilingual, so the basketball thing it's kept it's compartmentalized,
right? Do you remember when you decided to finally, like, I'm always amazed with athletes because it's very hard to actually go, okay, I have to move on in my life. And did you decide to do it, or did the team say, look, we're not going to have you anymore, or did you go, look, it's just time to move on?
How old are you?
43. I look terrific.
43. Yeah. So I retired in 87, which made you what?
87, I was just getting sober. I was 21.
21. All right, so you're probably old enough to remember 87.
Sure.
And actually, there was a very elaborate farewell tour in 87 when I quit, because I had announced prior to that season that this was it. And all the teams in the league celebrated my leaving the league.
Okay.
And it really was a great farewell tour, and they gave me a lot of presents, everything from rocking chairs to automobiles to
Golf clubs, probably.
Yeah. The Suns gave me golf clubs. They did. So it was a great farewell tour, and it was saying goodbye, and that made it official. So then there was no hope of coming back the next year.
That'd be embarrassing.
That route. And I think the only one that I can remember that happening to was John Havlicek. And John is a friend, and it was pretty special, and mine was actually probably bigger than his, and since that time I haven't seen one farewell tour that even came close.
Do you remember the last time you walked off, like knowing like this is the last time I'm ever going to walk off the court as an active player?
Yep, it's on YouTube.
Oh, it is? Okay.
It's on YouTube. It says Dr. J's last 2 minutes. Last shot I made was a three-pointer. And I wasn't known for three-point shooting, but the last shot I made was a three-pointer. We played the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 5 of a first-round playoff series, which was best of 5. And they won 2. It was 2-2, and we played the last game in Milwaukee, and we lost. And they showed the last 2 minutes of that game, and the substitution, because all the other players, all the other starters came out before me, and then I came out last, and went to the sidelines, and everybody came over, and that was the last game.
Right.
Officially, that was the last game. It was against the Bucks in Milwaukee, and they were great rivals. They had great teams, and we always just got by a little bit. until that last year. Yes, they sent me packing, baby.
Yeah.
That was it. That was it. Wow. That was a moment.
Yeah.
I guess it helps.
You were only 21. You didn't care.
No, I did though, but I was just getting off of drugs at that time. I was just getting sober, so I was kind of not focused on sports.
Okay.
No,
But what did Abdul-Jabbar retire that year, and was it a little bit later, a few years later?
He hung around another couple of years.
Because I remember his is the only one I remember. It was in Detroit after a sweep by the Pistons, but even the Pistons gave him a stand. Like everybody.
Yeah.
Well, you have
pay
to,
homage, sure.
obviously.
Yeah.
So I guess that last time you walk off is a rough one.
Man, I was relieved.
You were ready to go?
Yeah, I had a couple skeletons in the closet, and just things that were complicated. And leaving actually made it less complicated. As a matter of fact, uncomplicated, because I wasn't. When I left, I really didn't view myself as being a public person because of where I was employed. I was now independent. I was an independent contractor. I could do whatever the hell I wanted to do. And if I want to sleep all day, I can just sleep all day. So the whole routine of representing an organization, representing a club, representing your city.
All right.
You always represent yourself and represent your family, but it was like reeling it in and saying, now I just have to represent myself and my family. I don't have to answer to the media. I don't have to answer to the critics. And like you're sitting here all that time, and there's a brick sitting there waiting to hit you upside the head.
Yeah.
So now the brick was gone. It was gone, and I was like, "Oh man, this is kind of nice." Man. It was such a relief during that time. So when you say it's hard,
that makes sense.
It was easy. Now, to stay away from it, and not the whole Godfather syndrome. You're married to us for life. Right?
Yeah.
So it's been by selection that I've participated in things related to basketball. I was out from 87 to 96, and then I went back into basketball. I went to work for the Orlando Magic for 6 years, and was a senior executive for 6 years, and had the feeling come back. They made me somewhat of an offer I couldn't refuse. So I took it, and but in the 27 years, not a whole lot of it has been basketball driven. I think the platform is there, the forum is there, but there's been no dependency on it, on anything associated with basketball, which has been good. It's been pretty cool.
Was there something that you wanted to do or were doing during that time that you were like, oh boy, if they catch on to this, I'm going to get in trouble? And because you said like that brick was taken away.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned skeletons.
Well, yeah, I did. I mean, I had a daughter out of wedlock, and she lived.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was that actually a skeleton?
Was that a big deal?
I guess back then maybe it was a little different than now, where it's not. It was probably less common.
Yeah.
She's the tennis player.
Yeah. Alexandra.
Alexandra did all right in tennis.
Alexandra was born in 80, and so when I left in 87, so she was 7 at the time, and so it wasn't a public issue. It wasn't really a public issue until she was 17 when she went to Wimbledon, and made it to the quarterfinals. So that's when it became a public issue.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the things that was a relief. That was probably the most major thing.
Yeah. It does seem like one of those things where when you got this what I see as a fake morality thing that goes on with a lot of these leagues, and you just got to adhere to their rules, and it just seems like very taxing on your life.
Yeah, it wasn't just the league. I mean, it's just society. It's just,
You're being held up.
It's society wide, and at least in the U.S. But the U.S. is obviously the bastion of forgiveness. Once there's transparency, once it's all out, the only option is to forgive and move on. Case in point, right?
Right.
So, I mean, I didn't know that at the time. So you keep it a secret as long as you can. You don't have to lie about it, but you don't have to talk about it.
Yeah.
And then, once it's out, this happened. What's the next question?
Yeah, and
it's
then
got to be hard to
there's-
resist the
yeah.
women though, and especially when you're the guy. I mean, I can't resist them now, and I'm a nobody. Like, if you're the guy that every beautiful woman wants, it's got to be very difficult to say no to.
Going to city to city.
Yeah, everywhere you go, every hot woman likes you. Is that fun?
I came out of college at 21, and I didn't know anything, but there were a lot of women around, and they wanted to teach me.
Oh, that's great.
So they wanted to teach everybody. I think it was selfishness on their part,
yeah.
you know, selfish women.
Information didn't get passed as quick back then either, so you could probably do a little bit more. Like today, everything gets twittered and on a cell phone and the camera, and back then it was just word of mouth, so it would take a little longer.
They didn't even have shock jock reporting, did they?
No.
It was just,
No, man,
It
everyone-
was just reporting. You know, this was pre-ESPN.
Well, you talk to a lot of old school guys. They said they knew a lot of this stuff was going on, but they just didn't report it.
Plus, there was a rule.
let it
You know,
go.
what goes on in the road stays on the road.
Right.
That was kind of like the rule back in the day. So.
Now forget about
Dated
it.
myself a little bit. 70s. Now everything's on blast and. You know, Twitter, Facebook-y.
And everybody's looking to just uncover the next scandal, so they're all out there with their phones. And
You know, the irony of that is that things get knocked off the headlines so quickly because something else comes.
Yeah,
right? You know, like you're going down the road and, you know, it's Michael Jackson's doctor is on trial, and then something comes up, and then I don't hear anything about it anymore.
Yeah, that's gone, and then-
what happened to Dr. Curry? Or
Conrad Murray, yeah.
Penn State happened to him.
Dr. Murray, what happened? Yeah, Penn State.
Penn
right.
State happened to him.
You know,
Yeah, that
And-
is.
and
It's
it-
just we jump from one
to whatever the hot
scandal
one is,
to the next.
whatever the hot scandal
Unless it's a
is.
slow news day.
Yeah.
Then you bring back an old one,
Oh
right?
boy, nothing worse than a slow news day.
We like to. The public likes to stomp on something, and when it's completely flattened, we'll just take another peek at it and then go on to something
Yeah,
else
yeah.
that could really use a good stomping. I think that's what it feels like with stuff
Yeah,
like
we really
this.
don't have much of an attention
Why
span.
is
these
that,
days.
guys? You guys are on the media side. Why is that? Is that just is there
People's,
peer pressure from other sources that who has to get it first?
We're just
whoever
nosy.
gets it first is the
Yeah.
best.
I think it
They're
started because it's
They're like an evaluation quarterly.
I think
it started with competition.
competition's right.
Yeah, if you got that story, they're going to be looking at your TV program or radio show a little more, right?
And it's 24 hours of news, 24-hour sports channel. They have to talk about something.
They got to fill up that time.
I don't think we have the ability to watch anything longer than a couple of minutes
Right.
these days either. It's it really is amazing. Everything's
MTV
just been
mentality, right?
whittled
It's gotta
down,
shoot
yeah.
fast, and it's sound bites.
Yeah, everything's been whittled
It's all
down to a
sound
soundbite.
bites,
Whereas,
yeah.
years ago, you would sit there and actually watch in a complete newscast with Walter Cronkite, and now it's
Yeah.
a quick, another strong Fox News alert.
Yeah.
Here it is, blah, blah. It's like, really?
Yeah.
I feel like something's happening every 2 seconds, and
Yeah.
they try to shove that down your throat.
Yeah, and before you used to, get a chance to realize how you feel about it. Because you would absorb it, and you say, "How do I feel about this?" And then you might have a conversation with somebody who's with you, or call somebody else.
Yeah, 'cause another
have a
10 things
conversation.
weren't being thrown at
You
you.
can't do that now.
Nah.
It's like, I don't feel anything. It's just like I got hit.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and then it's gone.
It's
and
gone,
then I get
something
hit
else
with
is
something
on me.
else.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
when you get ready to go and convey it to somebody, you're really not that informed.
No.
You've only got the shock aspect of it. You only got like a bite that this happened.
Everyone knows the
You know?
headline, but
You got
no
the
one knows
headline.
the story.
Nobody knows the story.
You ask
right?
that second question to anyone, and they fall apart. Because we're all just repeating what
It's
we
like,
just heard.
Yeah, we're one question away from being an idiot.
What do you mean by that?
All right, well, they didn't tell me
It
that
starts
part.
with, "Hey, did you hear?"
Right.
And then it's like, "Oh, really? Well, what happened with?" I don't know. I just heard it.
I don't know, something like that. It was something
Yeah, it was
like
something
that.
like that. I don't know.
It was something like that.
God, that is odd.
And you're
man.
right. You don't process it anymore. You say what you think you should say.
No.
So-and-so cheated on his wife. That's terrible.
Yeah.
You don't feel terrible about it. You don't
No.
feel it's terrible.
No,
You just
don't
say
have
it's
the
terrible.
details.
Yeah.
And you might never get the details.
Right.
No, years ago when you heard, "And that's the way it was," you got to sit down and go,
Oh, yeah.
what the fuck did he just say? Let me process this. Yeah.
The reason for that, you had to get up and change the channel, too.
Who the fuck wants to get up so you'll sit through whatever's on TV?
Yeah.
Now
Oh,
it's just
boy.
like click, 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 Click.
There's newfangled devices,
Yeah,
Opie.
no, we're dating ourselves.
So two guys went to my high school.
That's a small class.
Yeah.
And one was 5 years behind me, and the other was 10. So the guy who was 10 years behind me was Eddie Murphy.
Wow.
The guy who was 5 years behind me was Howard Stern.
Oh, shit.
Long Island.
Roosevelt?
Roosevelt, right?
Roosevelt.
Wow, damn.
I'm just throwing that out there.
I didn't know you
because
were from Long
I know you guys don't know a lot about.
Well, you know what?
You could have stopped at a lot. You're right.
about
We
me.
don't know a lot.
I know a lot.
My high school, Mariah
But-
Carey. There you go.
I like that.
All right.
My high school,
that's not
on
bad.
Wikipedia, Jim Norton
Jim Norton is number one.
is the number
from
one
your
name
high
out of
school.
my high school. Yes, and that's a
Great.
tremendously.
Who is that, by the way?
Exactly. It's me.
Who's Jim Norton?
He's 100%. That's exactly what his reaction should have been. What's a Norton?
Yeah, this helped me out with that one. I heard of Ken Norton.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Did he go to your high school?
he did not. No,
Oh, okay.
He's a man's man.
Ken Norton knew how to hit.
Yes, he did.
Holy. Wow.
And his son was a great football player too. Great defensive
That's
player.
true.
That's right.
true.
Is he's not playing
Kenny
anymore?
Jr.
No.
He's out?
No, but I know that he was a Cowboy, and that was when the Cowboys got the salary caps. That was the first dynasty to be broken up, and one of the losses was Kenny
He's
Jr.
probably 50 now, right?
Really? Jr.'s 50?
Yeah, maybe.
Holy. Wow.
I just took a wild guess. So
Oh, you're probably right.
don't hold me
probably
don't hold me
close.
to that.
Probably close.
So I guess we should plug the game. Because This is what
Absolutely.
Dr. J is here for.
What else you doing today? Doing more of this?
Yeah, we're gonna do some more. We're gonna try and give it a shot, put it on blast. It's already out. Came out in October, so everybody's already playing it.
Cool.
And there's I guess you gotta buy it retail, and then you can download additional things online that'll put it on steroids, make it more better, as they say. But it's a hot game, man. It's a hot game.
Are you amazed by
and like I'm not a gamer or whatever, but there are people my age and your age who play religiously.
yeah.
There are some like when I watch TV now and I watch some movies, there's always like the conflict between the wife and the gamer.
Yeah.
Right. And I was watching this one flick
That'll happen.
where she like picked it up and smashed it. And he just like sat there. He was in shock. But I was that was shock reporting right there. So it's pretty intense, man. It could get to be addictive.
Get ugly.
And the
Yeah,
graphics are so
I guess,
realistic these days. I've actually clicked on things online that were like UFC fights or boxing matches I didn't know had occurred. And I'm like an asshole. I opened it and I realized a computer fight. I'm like,
Games
That's how
looking-
good the
they're looking
graphics
great
are with
these
sports
days,
games now, yeah.
Yep.
It's a part of our society.
Yeah. NBA 2K12.
2K12. And you can play the legends, obviously Dr. J and Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Jordan. And it's the Legends Showcase. And you go to get the downloadable content, and you can get it now.
It's for Xbox and PS3. Very cool. Dr.
Absolutely.
J.
Thank you so much for
Thanks,
coming.
man.
Hey man, good dropping by. Good
Yeah,
talking to you
absolute
guys.
legend.
Absolutely. Very cool.
A legend.
Keep it rolling.
Yeah.
We will attempt.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Dr.
take
J,
photos?
everyone. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I feel a hunger, it's a hunger that tries to keep a man awake at night. Are you the answer? I shouldn't wonder when I feel you whet my appetite. With all the power you're releasing, it isn't safe to walk the city streets alone. Anticipation is running through me. Let's find the key and turn this engine on. I can feel you breathe. I can feel your heartbeat faster. Take me home tonight. I don't wanna let you go till you see the light. Take me home tonight. Listen, honey, just like Ronnie sang.
Be my little baby. Be my little baby.
Just like Ronnie sang. I say, just like Ronnie sang.
Be my little baby. Baby.
be my darling.
I feel a hunger. It's a hunger. Take me home tonight. I don't wanna let you go till you see the light. Take me home tonight. Listen, honey, just like Ronnie sang.
Be my little baby.
Take me home tonight.
What's that?